Oh, the light. Ah, okay. It's so bright. Right. So, do you remember last week we had that very strange confirmation issue that meant that nobody? Well, here's the thing. It only affects people who have Steam Guard. So everybody who has Steam Guard could not sell anything. They could not confirm their listings. They could put it up to be pending, but they could never ever confirm it. Well, it happened again last night. Again, for around 18 hours. We're seeing a bit of a routine here, aren't we? So, for me, Tuesday nights, it will break. And then the next day, which was today, around 6 o'clock, it then gets fixed. So that was about 2 hours ago. So, about 2 hours ago, everything fixed. So, I actually took a screenshot of the recoil case just as it. Let's zoom in, yeah. This was about 10 minutes after the bug was fixed, and basically last night there was about 15,000 recoil cases on the market. Then the bug happened, and because nobody could sell, but that we could only buy, the quantity just kept going down and down and down and down. Basically, it got down to about 6,700 quantity. Then it got fixed. And then all of those people that had pending listings to be sold when the bug was fixed, snap, boom, they just swamped it. And suddenly, after about 10 minutes, there's about an extra 2,000 of them that have appeared on the market. So another 2,000 appeared. The price went immediately back down because this rose up to about $5 again. So it rose up to about $5, but then it was fixed. Swamps all the way back down to about $2.39. And a good 2 hours later, here we are. Back over 12,000. Prices stayed sort of the same, but as you can see here, with all of the prices, there's no really thick amount. I mean, there's one here at 289, but yeah, normally or regularly you would see that it's a whole lot more thicker. Not today. Sorry, I'm yawning. So yeah, that happened last night. Recoil case was just a very good thing to showcase because it's the newest case to have come out in CSGO. There's plenty of them being thrown on the market every day. It's got a very high demand at the moment. So yeah, this went from 15,000 overnight to down to all the way to 6,700, and then now it's been fixed in about 2 hours. We've doubled the amount almost, so back up to 12,000. I wouldn't be surprised in a good few hours if we're back up to 15,000 again. Maybe. But tonight I have high hopes because I think we're probably going to see the price of these go up quite a bit higher again. Now, if you remember from last week, yeah, you can see it right there in the timeline. Well, exactly the same thing. It rose all the way up and then went back down. But for this one, it didn't rise up as much this time. If I refresh once, if I just refresh, does it go a bit higher? Yes, it does. So it does go a bit higher, but then in about an hour or two's time, you'll then see it immediately go down. So this is just me checking the sales timeline. So yeah, something weird is going on now. It's happened 2 weeks in a row. Will it happen 3 weeks in a row? Maybe next Tuesday we need to start listing a whole bunch of stuff and hope it happens again. You know, I'm talking listing things at sort of a higher than normal price and just wait and see what happens. Because with a very high in demand item such as the recoil case, it easily doubled in price. Well, the first time this happened, it went all the way up to about almost $10. No, it went up to like $8, yeah. And then it crashed. Last night, it almost reached properly around $5. It could very easily happen again. But of course, there was a whole lot more quantity this time. So, maybe there's some other in-demand things that you could sell. I'm talking stuff like maybe like with Rust. You could do TF2 as well. Remember, it's affecting pretty much everything, and you want to kind of look into things that are always in demand. Manco supply crate key. How much did that go up? There you go. It went up by a lot last night. So yeah, it was sitting at around the price it is now. So the price it is now is $2.27. Well, in the past 18 hours, it rose and rose and rose. It went up to about $2.40, $2.50. So, not that much. I was expecting a bigger number, my apologies. But yeah, you can see how certain very in-demand items, I'd probably look at the likes of the Tour of Duty ticket and the keys and whatnot, they do go up in price. But yeah, I was just about, look at that. That's so much easier to see there. So on average it was selling for $1, and at its peak it sold for about an extra 15 cents. It's not a massive difference, but you know, if you're trying to sell them, yeah, probably a good time to sell when that happens again. But yeah, rust is probably the very, very best thing to be affected by all of this, because rust skins, whilst there is a very nice economy for it, it's not insane like CSGO. But as we know, there's a lot of people invested in them, and it's not super easy to just quickly sell something. When you buy a rust skin, you cannot sell it for 7 days. You can't sell it, you cannot trade it for 7 days. But when that happens, the quantities go down by quite a lot, and the price tends to go up very, very easily, because there's simply not as much quantity on the Steam market compared to the likes of the CSGO skins and the CSGO cases. One great example to show you is the black gold clothing. Now that was already potentially in demand, wasn't it? We've been talking about it. In fact, I literally just put up a video about it today. Over here, yay! Anticipating black gold tier 3. So there was already a very good reason to buy into them. But, thank you for the follow. Last night they actually went up by quite a bit, and you can easily see that. Do you remember when I was looking at this? Making some I'm talking too quickly, I'm excited, sorry. Making some considerations in regards to what we could do. I was looking at it yesterday. Well, look at that. This is what happens with rust skins, especially when they're more in demand. So overnight, this just kept rising and rising and rising. And then let me point out to you, look how thin it is with the quantities. There's only 57 of these on the market. Very thin quantities. I'm pretty sure last night, let's just take a real quick look, we definitely hit around $6-7 with the hoodie and the pants last night. Now, of course, it did go back down. When people tried to list these and sell their black gold hoodies, for instance, they couldn't sell them immediately. It was pending. We know how this works. I showed it off last time. But eventually, it fixed, and then all of those pending listings finally went through. So yes, it did crash back down in price a bit. But look how thin it is, and look how close it is to easily going up to about $6. Literally 5, 12, 14, 23, 31. In about 40 sales, we're up to $6. Maybe that's a bit high of a quantity, but then again, after 10, we're easily back up into $5. Yeah, 10 sales, easily back into $5. And have we forgotten something? There's a roster rotation tomorrow. What day is it? It's Wednesday. Yay! We've got abnormals to do buy orders from later. But tomorrow, if we do see that black gold tier 3 appearing, if we do see that ever so lovely tier 3 armor that we've been waiting for such a long time. Well, I mean, it's been about 2 weeks, but yeah. If this eventually does come out, oh yes. Oh yes, we're gonna be seeing a massive spike in price. Well, I'll be honest with you, it's already jumped up in price because of what happened last night. But maybe it's gonna be super duper concrete. Maybe we're gonna see a whole lot more stronger investment, a whole lot more buy orders put in place. So it'll spike upward a bit more, but the foundations of the buy orders will build up all around it, and it won't drop down so easily. Not drop down so easily like it did last night when the bug finally was fixed. So we definitely got something very nice to look forward to. Maybe it's time to start putting some higher buy orders down. Anticipation is full in. We're fully into anticipation right now. The buy orders have already easily surpassed the price that these were selling for in the Rust store. It's looking pretty good. So yeah. Very convenient timing for 2 pieces of clothing that are already getting a huge boost of momentum based on the anticipation we have for new pieces potentially being added to the collection. Fingers crossed, We do see it happen. So, if you are a Rust investor, next Tuesday, maybe you want to sell a whole bunch of listings. Like last night on this account, I was selling some random stuff. So I've started to decide, you know what? I'm going to just put these at slightly higher of a price. Let's see what happens. So I quickly checked all of these skins and items, and I saw that they peaked at certain prices. So I realised maybe I should put down a batch of each and just see what happens. Maybe I should start selling some of my Halloween stuff just to see if I could, if it's possible at the moment. Yes, we're in July, but they did spike up in price quite a lot. I forgot that I had these. I listed a batch of 7. Easily sold, easily. Some fisherman burlap things. Basically, I had a whole bunch of stuff that I forgot about that I had listings for. Lo and behold, they all started to sell. They were at slightly higher prices because I never bothered to price check them, remove them, relist them at a different price, a more likely price that they would sell at. So, worked out quite all right for me, didn't it? So yes, go check your Rust skins. Go see how much did they spike up to last night, and then maybe list them for very similar prices. And maybe next Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll see the confirmation bug happen again, and we'll see the whole process just happen all over again for another 18 or so hours. Maybe it's what we got to do. But yeah, quite a lot of skins last night did bump up in price. Let's go have a look at you. So yeah, you can even see it here. So it was sitting at around £2, and then it just kept going higher and higher and higher. Shot up to about £2.58. Right now it's selling for $2.47. So it was selling for around $2.40 yesterday. Now it's selling for around $3. It did go over $3 last night. So prices did go up. It has to be at least a fairly reasonable in-demand skin. The reason why I picked this is because 55 of them sold last night. If I pick a wood door, only 5. Probably not a good example of that. So you get the idea. Look at what has some semblance of demand, and take a real quick look and see how much it sold for last night. Sell it for a price very near to it, maybe a little bit higher, maybe a bit lower. You never know, something like that. And then yeah, next Tuesday we'll see if we can capitalise on the bug, because it's happening and it's affecting CS:GO, TF2, Rust, Dota, all of that. So let's just go and see if we can profit out of it. That'll be for the future. Oh good, oh good, oh good, oh good. Right, someone messaged me. Yep, thank you, Dwight Schrute. So, here's the funny thing. Because I was the only person that did a video on this, I got like 650 views. I had so many comments today. I had so many comments today talking about it on my video, because I don't think anybody actually addressed this before last week. Maybe some people did, but yeah, 26 comments and everybody was talking about it today. So I guess I'll put another video out later, or maybe tomorrow. So yeah, gentlemen, we're going to be trying to see if we can capitalise on it next week. But you're all on YouTube, say hi, yay!